Amazed at awesome superhuman abilities that you always wish for? Check out the movie Spotlight's picks as we zoom in on what powers these movies portray. Can't wait until you see which superhuman powerful ability that just blows us away at the end. Let's jump! Max Steel is a test subject, Jim McGrath, his father, who is finding a way to harness energy, and as a result has picked up a few useful powers. Together with Steel, his alien companion, he can use his energy in so many different ways. He can run at super speeds, super strength, and of course, he can fly.
Yeah. What? This is awesome. You're welcome.
We witness him learning how to use his powers as he harnesses his energy to power electronics, as his work is freaking awesome. Will he be the superhero that his father intended? Number 9 sees
Change your life for the better.
anything.
Oh, that's easy. I would be able to see Catherine from downstairs.
Be careful what you wish for. Oh yes, it's possible here in absolutely anything that Simon Pegg dreams up.
Have a really great body and a really big.
Ow! Not that big, obviously.
As Neil comes true. Neil makes it happen, and he does. Neil's awesome superhuman ability, where aliens have travelled to Earth to assess if the planet is up to standards or place a destruction order on Earth. So they choose Neil and give him the power to do anything he wants. And the aliens watch to see if he uses the power for good or for evil. Neil, as a teacher who teaches special kids, he wishes his dog can talk.
Biscuits, please, please,
And dog mess cleans up. And then his talking dog embarrasses him in front of his neighbour Catherine, who needs to impress, played by Kate Beckinsale, and he wishes for strange things. Everything that has died to be alive again, or he forgets to ask precisely what he wants. And in this hilarious movie, he wishes for the body of a great man, which isn't exactly what we would have dreamt up. Will he pass the ultimate test, and will the aliens destroy Earth? In our 8th movie on our list, we see the superpowered magic and an alien invasion of Race to Witch Mountain, starring Dwayne Johnson as Jack Bruno, a cabbie who feels it is his duty to help these two paranormals to find their spacecraft in a race to Witch Mountain where it has been taken. We see awesome, inspiring, strong powers from these two siblings as they show off their superhuman abilities. As Sarah can telekinetically move objects, and Seth can condense and expand molecules with insane power as he crushes a car head on and move through objects at will. As they race there, will they be able to make it back to the spacecraft before a killer sent from outer space is sent by the military and arrives to invade Earth? Our number 7 pick sees epic powers of the 5 Power Rangers, a legion of warriors. Having acquired their unique superhuman powers after stumbling on an old alien ship in a restricted area, their mission is to harness their abilities and awesome powers, each after discovering their power coins hidden in a wall on a hill in different colors. They give enhanced strength, as we see Jason accidentally break off a piece of his sink. Billy stands up to the bully who tries to headbutt him, but he gets knocked unconscious. With awesome agility and power, they easily leap across a huge crevice like a lioness, and of course, they gain super combat skills. And then there is Rita Repulsa, played by Elizabeth Banks, as the arch-enemy X-Ranger, whose mission is to correct Goldar, which is a gigantic golden monster aiming to destroy anything to find the crystal, which gives the Rangers their powers. With powerful abilities, Rita raises an army of putties, who are stone monster golems like minions. Once the Rangers learn to morph, they transform and get their full powers and armor, which lets them control their Zords. Huge mechas with giant swords to battle Goldar. Are they strong enough to save the world, which is on the verge of being obliterated by an alien threat? Now 6 sees Mummy Amunet, played by Sophia Boutella, who has been unleashed. Tom Cruise's Nick, who has been cursed and chosen by the ultimate evil to live, surviving a fatal plane crash. In this new world of gods and monsters, the ancient Egyptian princess has awakened from her crypt beneath the desert. She was supposed to be Egypt's next queen, but her thirst for power led her down a dark path to evil. Awakened in the current day, she is a being of unimaginable power and necromancy, and powers are connected to the forces of darkness as she returns to terrorize the city with awe-inspiring powers like the ability to create sandstorms. She has supernatural strength and mobility. Her reflexes are fast. She feeds or absorbs and assimilates flesh, organs and vital fluids of living victims, whilst remaining in an undead state and leaving her victims in a desiccated corpse, just like herself. She has regenerative healing abilities and can mentally control her victims. With her incredible flexibility and durability, Amunet is able to easily untie herself from an impossible hanging chain restraint and easily overcome a group of trained military men defending the city of London as she attempts to implode buildings to turn the city into sand to resemble her home. Will she succeed? Halfway through, we can be heroes where the aliens have targeted and captured their adult superpowered parents. This alien invasion is a real threat, as the kids are whisked away to a government safe house and are locked up. But the superhero kids take matters into their own hands, as they are the only ones left with superhuman abilities to save Earth. Whip-smart tween Missy Marino, played by Yaya Gosselin, will stop at nothing to rescue her superhero dad, Marcus Marino, who is Pedro Pascal. Missy teams up with the rest of the super kids to escape their mysterious government babysitter, Ms. Granada, played by Priyanka Chopra. The superhuman team features a variety of individual powers, from elasticity to time control to predicting the future, and form an out-of-this-world team. Blinding fast as well, so fast, and his son is slow-mo. Then we have a cappella as a kid who can low hum style sing and things will float, and then singing super high she's able to move objects. Of course we have to have a twin pair. One can fast forward and the other can rewind time up to 5 minutes, but then of course we've got the wild card, who has absolutely all the superpowers in the world but zero focus to hone in on any of the powers and control them. And what do you do when you mix Shark Boy and Lava Girl? You get Guppy, as this little girl has shark super strength and can manipulate water. At number 4, Immortal, Nat Wolff is actually not mortal, as Eric, as he has superhuman godlike abilities which came from the ancient Norwegian mythology. Without an understanding of where his powers came from, without control of his powers, Eric is out of control. As we witness him harnessing lightning and electricity just like Thor, he helps to restart the heart of a young child, saving the child from the brink of death, and then he burns those he threatens. Without control of his powers, the battle ensues to stop Eric from reaching the city.
Eric, stop this!
I can't.
What will happen to a person who has godlike powers but cannot control them? We have as our number 3 pick the special residence at Miss Peregrein's home for peculiar children who are gifted. They have special peculiar powers with unusual and extraordinary abilities. Persecuted in the outside world, the children grew up in this enchanted sanctuary as headmistress Miss Peregrein, played by Eva Green, watching over this well-hidden orphanage. We see powerful enemies as hollows. Jake finds the home for peculiar children after being knocked out as he wakes to meet Bronwyn, who easily picks up Jake with incredible strength. We see Emma's amazing superhuman aerokinetic ability as she creates an air bubble in a shipwreck. And then we see Emma float up after taking off her lead shoes.
Because our abilities don't fit.
Fiona, who can control nature by growing anything in a garden to feed the peculiars, and weird abilities as Claire, who has an extra mouth hidden in the back of her head she uses to eat. Olive, who has pyrokinetic abilities to start any fire at will to anything she touches, and 2 masked twin Gorgon boys who can turn anyone who sees them into stone. Maybe a bit like Medusa. What a cool power, as Horace can project his dreams and the future and share it with others. The baddie is Baron, played by Samuel L. Jackson, who is a shapeshifter who hunts these children with peculiar abilities to maintain his human form. Of course, there is invisibility, as well as Jake himself, who can see the hollows, and it's Peregrein, who can morph into a falcon and manipulate time. Will Jake be able to use his superhuman ability to save the peculiars? Just missing out on the top spot is beyond the edge, or beyond reality, whichever way you see it. A talented team of gamblers led by Michael, played by Mila Spikovic, wants the edge. How do you win big at the casino? All he needs is just one night. He uses a team of superhuman abilities to win at the heist, where we witness the occurrence of the biggest casino robbery in history. With powers on our side, we can't lose, can we? We have Eric, who is a telekinetic, so he can manipulate the dice and roulette ball. And then fittingly, we have expert Tony, who can control anything electronic, conveniently cameras, which will look the other way as the team gets to work. And we play fair, of course, as Kevin is a hypnotist, and he can plant ideas into other minds, conveniently, so we play to win together with Veronica the telepath, who helps listen in, hear those thoughts, transmit those thoughts to those who need to hear them, and help the team communicate, which ultimately helps Michael, so no security service will ever be able to overhear them. But it seems like the casino is catching on. Will they get away with it? See Movie Spotlight's most awesome top superhuman abilities in movies here. But before we do that, can I ask a favor and ask you to subscribe? That really helps keep us making more great content for you. Our favorite, most awesome superhuman ability in movies is here, as Code 8, starring Robbie Amell as Connor, is what is known as a special, a super-powered construction worker where his powers are forbidden to be used by the government, so must remain hidden and is forced to go underground, and uses powers to earn a living in the black market, as people with special abilities are living in poverty. They are controlled by powerful machines that will terminate anyone who disobeys. Connor has powerful manipulation of electric as his ability in what they call a classified electric, where he can throw a remote surge to disable the drones. Before learning to harness his powers, he struggled to turn off car alarms and keep a single light bulb lit, but becomes more powerful after training and is able to electrocute threats, keep multiple bulbs lit, and eventually be able to emit EMP blasts. Connor's friend Freddy is a Class 2 brawn, and his superhuman strength so strong enough to lift a truck with a single arm, but is shot dead by a drone after a misunderstanding. Boy, do they make construction a breeze by easily lifting without cranes large pieces of material and building homes with their bare hands. Then there is Garrett, a powerful telekinetic and can move and manipulate anything without touching, and he shows this by holding the drone police in place. We see amazing powers like workers who can cut through iron rods with their bare hands, and Maddie and Pyro who can melt a metal lock with her bare hands as she easily burns a hole through a solid police armored security van. But that is before the team of superhumans are double-crossed by drug lords that they work for, who shoot them dead after robbing the armored truck full of cash. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out some of the top superpower movies by clicking on the screen right now.